Dear Abby, my man is jealous and insecure. As a result, I think it is causing him to want sex all the time, at least twice a day. I'm afraid to gently tell him no if I'm not in the mood, which seems to be all the time now, because he gets upset and withholds affection towards me. He doesn't know how to touch me without trying to get something sexual out of it. I've been lying to myself for a year now, but I cannot do it anymore. I'm sure his insecurity is the reason he feels the need to reconfirm his manhood all the time. He's obsessed with porn and fetishes. I have sex with him all the time when I don't want it or enjoy it. He's so loving and passionate before, during, and after that I do it. I keep telling myself that I'm getting what I want, and so is he. I want him to get some help. It's making me feel so awful inside. I feel like a prostitute, and even sometimes I feel raped. He's never violent or cruel. In fact, he's the opposite. Unless I say no, then he is very mean to me. Won't speak, and when he does is rude and short, and I hate who he is during those times, so I give him what he wants. Please help me. What do I do to help him? Confused in Birmingham.
Dear Confused, first of all, you don't need to write me a letter asking me how to help him. He is a big boy and getting exactly what he wants from you and from this situation. The person that needs help here is you. Your man is not insecure in the least. What he is, though, is a sex addict. You are merely a vehicle that he uses to deposit his sperm and eradicate the sexual demons he has stirred up with repetitive use of pornography. Your man is manipulative, controlling, and telling you via his behavior that he is not interested in making love to you, only in using you as a tool for his release. Basically, he is masturbating using your body while he visualizes his fetish or porn. I'm shocked that you are allowing yourself to be used like this and treated in such a shabby fashion, so badly that you can see an association with your love life and rape. That is just astonishing to me. Please consult a counselor so that you can begin to heal yourself and increase your self-esteem. I expect that a part of the healing will involve leaving this very sick relationship. Dear Abby, I am worried because my penis is bent to the left and looks very odd. Every time I get an erection, my penis bends downwards and to the left by about 45 degrees, kinda like a banana, but not as much. What's wrong with it? Will it affect me or my performance? Also, it is about 5 3/8 inches long. Is this normal? I once dated a girl who laughed at me when she saw how small it is. That basically traumatized me, and after that I saw a therapist who told me it was a normal size. It still bothers me, though. What are the best ways of increasing my penis size? And will it affect the size of the head when it's enlarged? The head of my penis is also small.
Firstly, penises tilting slightly to the left are completely normal. You have nothing to worry about. In fact, lots of men's penises bend to the right or left. The only time this is a medical problem is when it causes pain because there's vast bending taking place, like a 90-degree angle, which is nothing at all what you are describing. If you pay a plastic surgeon several $1,000s, your penis can become fatter, but not really longer. And you know what? That's really the only method of penis enlargement that works. Everything else, particularly pills sold through magazines and the internet, is a scam aimed at male kind's #1 biggest insecurity. Some devices involving suction or vacuum can actually injure your penis. Instead of trying to change it, learn to accept your penis exactly the way it is. It's amazing how much incredible pleasure it can provide. Dear Abby, I am in the process of going through a divorce. He is with someone else now, and they are having a baby. My soon-to-be ex-husband and I still talk. Every time we do, he asks me if I still want to have sex with him. I still love him, but I am no longer in love with him. What should I tell him when he asks if I still want to have sex with him? Wondering in Hayesville, Kansas.
Dear Wondering, let me make this as clear as possible. Tell him no.
Okay, so I'm 19 and I've had big boobs since I don't know when. I am a size 34E, which is not my problem. My problem is my nipples. They're huge. They're like 2 inches in diameter with little bumps on the outside. I'm always afraid this is going to be a turn-off for guys. Is it? Please be honest. Pauline.
Well, I'm going to go out on a limb here and guess by nipple you're really talking about your areolas. The size of the areola varies from woman to woman, really. In my opinion, the bigger the breasts, the bigger the areolas. At least in my experience of seeing breasts, it is. And those little bumps? We've all got 'em. If a guy is going to be turned off at the sight of a real woman's breasts, well, that's honestly his loss. Craig.
Well, I thought I have rather large breasts. I'm about a 40C and I have enormous nipples. I've always been really self-conscious about it, but my husband loves them. My girlfriend has big nipples, but her areolas are the same color as her skin and I don't mind. We are all different. I can't say it is a turn-off, it is just that, different. Men are different too. I've never seen 2 penises that are identical. Not that one is more of a turn-off than any other, just merely different. On top of that, one breast is always larger than the other. But you know the David statue? His one eye is higher than the other. People aren't made perfectly symmetrical, and there is no perfect way for a breast to be. Jenny.
Well, speaking from a boob man's point of view, absolutely not. As a matter of fact, I personally love what you're describing. My wife is a 38D and has just what you have, and I find it hard to keep my hands off of her boobs. Seriously, everyone has different tastes, so it's not something that is carved in stone, but this is what you've been blessed with, so just remember, there are women out there shelling out big bucks to have what you've got. What you're describing is not disgusting or ugly, but if a guy's that shallow that he doesn't want to be with you because you have big areolas, then screw him. Do you really want to be with somebody that shallow? I don't know how many partners you've had, but trust me, there are plenty of men who love just what you've got. Don.
I come at this issue from the opposite end. I had thought for a very long time that my breasts were too small. I was teased about it constantly when I was younger. Boys would call me flat as a board and things like that. It really sucked and held me back for a long time. However, as I've gotten older, I've learned to accept my body for what it is, with small boobs and all. I thought about it like this: the only way to change myself is if I have surgery, and I'm not, no way, doing that. So, since I can't actually change it, I better accept it. If you feel bad about your breasts, you'll be shy and hide them from your lover, someone who will most likely really love them. As a result of that, you're cheating yourself out of really being able to experience that connection and desire with someone else. You're worried about your appearance and cheating yourself of the full pleasure of connecting with someone intimately. I don't expect you to take all this great advice and just run with it right away. You're 19. This is a difficult time in a woman's life. You've just become an adult. This is when most really serious sexual relationships start, so there's a lot of pressure on you right now. But you'll see. One day you'll look at yourself and say, "Hey, my breasts are gorgeous and I like them." Then things will change for you. For the better. Hang in there. Anne.
Dear Abby, I'm an 83-year-old retired husband, father, and grandfather. My wife and I have been married for 52 years. We spend every waking day together, gardening, traveling, and visiting our children together, and we love each other very much. We have always been very open with each other, but there is one thing that I'm a little bit afraid to talk to her about. We haven't made love in quite a long time, perhaps decades, and although I am much slower and weaker, I still have a pretty strong sex drive. I don't know how to approach my wife about the subject. I have tried to get her attention at night, but she passes out as soon as she lies down. I'm afraid that she'll feel uncomfortable around me or think I'm crazy if I ask her about it. It's difficult to start up something when it's been dry for several decades. I'm also worried I might hurt her or myself. We each have our share of body troubles. Restless in Spokane.
Dear Restless, first of all, congratulations on still having a strong sex drive. Many men your age have all but lost theirs and would do anything to get it back. Consider yourself very lucky. I don't see any reason to be afraid to talk to her about it. You've been together longer than I've been alive. I can't imagine what kind of bond you two share. Tell her that you still want to show her how much you love her. Tell her that if she's not interested in sex, that it won't affect your feelings for her. Complete honesty has kept you together. It's not going to hurt to stay honest. As far as your health is concerned, the longer you are sexually active, the older you will live. It has been scientifically proven. Take it easy. See how much you can do. Dear Abby, I am married to a man who cheated on me for 30 years. First, there was a long-distance romance with my high school girlfriend that lasted 28 years. Then he had another affair with a woman from church. It went on for 8 years that I know of. He always accused me of being evil because I expressed concern about his fidelity. Of course, when I found solid evidence of his affairs, it was, "It's over," and "It'll never happen again," etc. But the affairs continued, and I didn't leave. I don't know why. Perhaps it's because I'm afraid of what's out there. Is there something wrong with me? I know I'm settling, but I'm terrified of starting over. Everywhere I look, I don't see prospects that are any better. Are they all dogs? Deflated in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Dear Deflated, not all men are dogs, nor are they adulterers like the one you married. There are good men out there, but, like gold nuggets, it takes exploration to find them. What you don't seem to appreciate is that there are worse things than being alone, and one of them is the pain of having a husband who makes you feel you never measure up. You have paid a price for living with the evil you know rather than risking the unknown. If you do decide to divorce, you will need time to heal and rediscover yourself before you go prospecting for another mate, because the way you feel about yourself will dictate the kind of life partner you'll attract.